Last time on Silo, Season 1, Episode 9, Julia is in a battle of wits between Bernard and Sims. Who will outmaneuver who? What did you think about today's episode, Silo Season 1, Episode 10?
Season 1, Episode 10. I really enjoyed this episode. I give it a 7 out of 10, which is higher than normal for me. Mostly because I was engaged the whole time. I wanted to see what was going to happen next. Wanted to see what happened when Juliet went outside. I wanted to see how Mechanical would respond. All these different things. It was engaging the whole time. I'm still upset about the tunnel. We didn't learn anything. About the water and the down deep. Didn't learn anything. We didn't learn about anything else on the hard drive except the cleaning video, which is not that interesting. I want to know about more about the different files. I still don't understand the controversy about the outside. Do we have a double fake out? Like, it's all confusing now. In addition, farming, plumbing, recycling, sanitation, mechanical, they're all being ignored still. But I think they're very important. Weirdly, I'm excited for season 2. So I guess this was a good episode to end on. What do you think?
I also thought it was a 7 out of 10, which is markedly higher than what I had before. I was sitting around 4, like a 3.5. So I really felt this scene when Juliet and Pete Nichols, when they say their goodbye, that type of emotions really choke me up. So it was a beautiful scene, excellent, very nicely done. We find out that there are mines. So there are mines? I thought we had this closed cell of a silo, but actually it turns out that somewhere in there are offshoots, there are branches that dig out into underground. Unless they're going straight down, there's a chance that they run into other silos out there. I'm curious, maybe they do have connections. And we see at the very end, that when we're zooming out, panning out, circling around Juliet, we see there are other silo-like structures. Now, there may or may not be people under there. I don't know. We'll see. Season 2, I guess. In that same scene, we see that there's like the double fake out where on the surface level, the people are shown that the world is disastrous and broken apart. Then when you actually get out to the surface, it's green and beautiful, but then that also turns out to be fake. So why? Why have a double fake out? We'll see. Maybe we'll figure it out. Let's talk about today's episode, Silo Season 1, Episode 10.
Okay, so at the beginning of the episode, we are introduced to trash chutes, which we've never seen before. So these are very interesting. I was looking at these signs here. Danger. Trash chute. What is this?
I think that's a projectile going down the chute.
I guess so.
It's actually a very, very nice signage because you can tell like what's going on in the trash chute. Pointy shit going down.
Do not open when red. So it's red when they know stuff's falling.
Whoa. Do not open when the light is red? The sign is always red. The sign's always red. I never open this.
I never. That's right. Actually, that's a good call. Never open it. It's so dangerous. So dangerous. Because you open it and it...
Well, the sign needs to say, do not open when the light is red.
That's right. It's unclear.
I mean, what if the stop signs in America were like, stop when red? Well, the stop signs are always red.
Mm-hmm. But it does say don't turn on red, but it doesn't specify the stoplight being red.
That's right.
Some more signs. Is it really trash?
Sort your materials.
That's
right.
Yeah, I mean, that's very important. I'm not getting the feeling that a lot of the silo residents are sorting. They seem to just throw what I would consider very valuable pieces of stuff away. We've seen in previous episodes. So we need to take this question more seriously.
I guess they just send it to recycling and let them figure it out.
Yeah. Although they do have this way of doing it themselves. Let's see more. Stop. Think. Is it really trash? That's the same sign. No clothing fibers or... What is this? No clothing fibers. Organics.
Okay. That makes sense.
I think there's a bit of a sign overload in this trash chute. If you live in here for 50 years, you're not looking at these signs, not taking it seriously. Yeah. Who cares? Yeah, so
they're all kind of the same color of alert.
Alert, yeah. You just get sign overload. This will come up later in the episode. The trash chute. Okay, counter hacking, unseen. Let's take a look.
Hey, give me the drive.
Hey, is that Cameron?
Yeah.
Just give me a second.
Okay, first off, everywhere has these hard drive connectors.
That's right.
Even this IT hub. Crazy.
The drive just popped on 126.
Where?
At our hub. They found us. Oh, they're linking screens.
So linking screens is possible from a hub? Linking screens meaning they can broadcast their screen to every screen in the silo?
Why?
Turn off that capability.
That's right.
When would they ever need to use that except from like an office or like a central location?
That's right.
You just
Heck, maybe even one or two of those throughout the silo, but it seems to be just any old lore has one of these things.
That's right. So turn that off. IT, they screwed up.
That's right.
Shut your eyes. All of you, shut your eyes. Cover your faces. Do what he says. Move. You too, Robert.
Unremember. How? How? You've made it so emotionally important for me by telling me to unremember. I'm guaranteed to remember now.
This is like the don't think of an elephant thing. Like, don't think of an elephant. All you think about is an elephant.
That's right.
It's like, don't think about the beautiful green life outside. Stop it.
Stop it.
No, I'm going to have dreams about this now.
First off, Bernard, his skills have not diminished when he became administrator and then mayor. Right. He was with the hacking.
That's right.
God damn.
Although, why is this such a long shutdown sequence? Why don't they have an easy shutdown?
What would that be? Like an emergency shutdown red button?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Keep it in your pocket like a car garage remote. Boop, shuts down.
Mm. I guess they don't have that capability in the janitor's closet.
Possible. Okay, then how about just a big button in the middle of this room that says shut down?
Yeah, which mechanical doesn't have, but judicial should have. Or janitor's closet should have it.
They should have the ability to shut down any screens that they want on a moment's notice.
That's right. Except they have to go through this keyboard now and like hack their way to shut it down. Very interesting.
What happened? Did it shut down?
They shut up.
Correct.
No shit, Sherlock.
Everything now.
It's over. You gotta go now. We're about to watch.
You freaking kidding?
What you have just seen, you will unsee.
To be fair, that guy made a deal. They made a deal for the watch. Juliet's a double dealer.
Well, yeah, why did she just give him the watch? Give him the watch. She's like, no, I'm going to keep it.
And then Bernard's like, you will unsee what you just seen. You're like,
yeah. Okay.
okay.
I will unsee it.
I'm calling it. Season 2 Silo. There's a whole new crew in here.
That's right. They've just been
Yep.
killed.
Everyone here went out to go clean.
Yep. And that will be Juliet's, band of brothers that reattacks the silo.
That's right.
Or
She
something.
forms like a renegade band of Outlanders.
That's right. There we go.
This is all a precursor to Mad Max.
Indeed.
Okay, so Juliet tries to escape and evade Bernard and Sims by going down the trash chute. Now, the sheriff's deputies, they assist Sims, which makes me think that they're either like the sheriff's department actually works for the janitor's closet, or maybe just this set of people work for it. But what they do to their like former boss, as of like 2 days, like that's attempted murder. Let's watch.
Where is she? She's in the trash chute. Get anything heavy.
I've been told to knock you out of the chute.
So these guys right here, so it's deputy, 4 deputies could be like, hold on a second. We're not going to kill the former sheriff.
Right.
This is murder. Why didn't they object?
Right. Like I can throw something at Juliet, but I gotta know that I'm knocking her off onto like a whatever 100-something foot floor before crash. Like this is attempted murder.
Right, especially since there's a clear solution available right now, which is send the deputies to the lower levels.
Find the pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got 4 deputies there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Actually, I think let's move forward just a little bit. Here we go. So there's these holes.
Yes.
Which I think is 1 per floor. So this is 1 floor, this is the next floor, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So we know where the sheriffs know where she is, so they could send people above and below, or probably below because that's where she's going to go. And then you just hang out.
Done. Where's she going to go?
Where's she going to go? You don't have to murder her.
You wait there. you stalemate her until she's like, I'm pretty thirsty. You're like, here's water. You want to come in? Come get it.
Yeah. And then you just wait her out. That's right. Look how heavy this is. This guy is struggling to put this on the lid.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if that makes contact with her, I mean, it's a mess of death.
Why pile up stuff on the lid, the door, and then shove it in a volley? Like, just take like some paper and a straw and like little spitballs, just a little bit at a time, and annoy her until she's like, "Fine, stop. Fine, okay,
Yeah,
this is gross."
I mean, they have these huge things that are like death.
Yeah, that's right.
Why not use something smaller, make it hurt, so she has to get out? Why?
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
They went for like the full lethal option.
That's right.
And not only this lethal, they go for an even bigger option.
That's right.
Get her?
I'm not sure.
Make sure.
All right, so we had talked about this in the past. We looked at the AC units that are attached to some of the apartments. And we're like, are they manufacturing AC units? I want to say yeah, because here they're wasting one.
That's
An
right.
entire AC unit with, even if it's broken, there could be parts in here that are usable.
Heck yeah.
Just to try to murder the former sheriff. Okay. I mean, also that rescue from
Clutch.
the I guess these are the garbage sorters or sifters. They see a body of somebody fall into the garbage, and I mean within half a second they're on it and they grab her. Amazing.
Amazing.
Out. She's gone.
But that AC waste, where are they going to get that refrigerant?
That's right.
Can't be throwing that away.
Can't be throwing that away. Plus, it's, I mean, raw materials wise and everything.
Yeah. I will say that this is a very well built AC. Not a single crinkle on the surface at all. Some
That's right.
thick steel. Thick fudging steel.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It's kind of a weird scene because they're throwing away all this valuable garbage, the like incredible rescue, and then wasting an AC unit.
That's right.
Very interesting.
And like, why push her to fall off? Like, you could just throw stuff at her until she's like, I'm going to outsmart these guys, and then she ducks into one of those tunnels, one of the hatches, and you go capture her.
So I guess this means they really did want to kill her.
I think so. Because
So-
there were lots of options that would have been less lethal, but they went
right.
for it.
Right. And they went for the big stuff. Which also means Sims is losing it. He's like, murder! Kill!
Can you imagine if she was crushed by that AC? Cool way to die.
Oh,
Next scene, please.
I don't know.
Next scene.
I'm conditioned to it.
God damn it. God damn it.
All right. Oh, yeah. So in previous episodes, we've talked about how Mechanical has a tremendous amount of power. Let's watch them not use it.
Judicial's here.
Wait, how did they know she was
I
here?
told them. There is nowhere that we could hide her they wouldn't find. They tear Mechanical apart. Everybody in the down deep would pay the price.
You asshole. He's right.
So I forget this guy's name, the leader of the Down Deep. He says that the people from up top are just going to come down and wreck Mechanical. Mechanical will be like, okay, we're going to shut your power off and your power off. You're cool.
And your water.
Yeah.
And your heating.
Yep.
Your ventilation.
In fact, don't fuck with us because we're going to shut you down and shut you down. So, yeah, don't mess with us.
Right. Mechanical has an enormous amount of leverage, enormous amount of political leverage that they really don't leverage.
That's right. Why? Yeah, why? It's right there for the taking.
That's right.
Take your power, your political power, and use it to protect your people. In fact, they have more power than the people up top because they could do all sorts of business to get the people in the up top to do what they want.
Yeah, like just slowly give the up top people a little bit less oxygen. They start making poorer decisions. Boom.
That's right. And then you can take over.
That's right.
So this guy's a coward. He is also a little naive.
He kowtowed to Sims. He just gave in right away, and he's not really thoughtful about political strategy.
That's right. And nobody in Mechanical even brought up an idea of like, hey, let's use our know-how to gain some political power. We don't want Juliet going out to clean.
That's That's right.
So let's do this thing.
Maybe season 2 will have a restructuring of power.
Maybe. We'll see. Also, Sims, he's losing it. Let's watch.
You, get out.
Wait.
Shut up.
Listen,
Shut up.
she can't.
I said shut the
Mean.
up, Rob. If we were alone, this would be going very differently right now. Do you know what I do? Rob. Do you? Rob!
Oh, Bernard touches Rob twice.
Twice.
He
Yeah,
has to
twice.
calm him down twice.
Right. So this to me looks like desperation on Sims's part. Emotionally, he's completely lost control of his emotions. And he's just like, listen to me! Shut the fuck up! Do you know what I do? Do you know who I am?
That's right. It seems like he's desperate for approval because he has
Right.
a secretive job where like no one's supposed to know what he does, and he's like, "Do you know what I do? Please tell me you know what I do. Someone validate my feelings.
That's right. Validate me. I've worked for the silo my whole life.
Listen to how loud I am."
So yeah, instead of it coming across as intimidating, in my opinion, it comes across as desperate, and Bernard has to step in and calm him down. Let's watch.
Get out.
Wait.
Shut up.
Listen,
Shut up.
she can't.
Mean.
I said shut the up, Rob.
What if she has something
If
important?
we were alone, this would be going very differently right now. Do you know what I do? Rob. Do you? Rob!
Yeah, feels desperate to me.
Yup. One should not have to threaten people.
So loudly,
Yeah,
and again,
that's right.
if you really were scary. Mm-hmm. So. Oh, from previous episodes, we've talked about the fans and the down deep,
The grates.
lowest level where the sort of floor of the silo is, and how dirty it is, and how this should be totally cleaned up because you could have mold problems, dirt problems, skunking problems, maintenance problems. There's just some more pictures here confirming what we've seen. I mean, okay, so this is the dent in the cage that has not been fixed from Wilkins' suicide. There's also holes in these pipes.
Which means those pipes aren't doing anything.
Not doing anything.
There's a hole in the pipe.
So maybe they should be removed, or maybe they should be fixed and put to use again, but who knows what's growing in here. The Mario pipes, they look kind of okay, but there's this dirt everywhere.
That's right.
Ooh, this one's got a hole too.
That's right.
Very interesting. Not very well maintained.
All maintained.
Close up of where Wilkins hit. This should be fixed. This is critical. You don't want big items hitting the fan blades.
That's right.
This is now compromised if a second body came down because the janitor's closet likes to push people off.
That's right.
This could wreck the fan. Here's another shot. I guess they have at least 6 of these fans at work, so if one went down, not such a big deal.
I mean, if there are 6 fans moving oxygen throughout the silo, then you get 6 remaining
That's right.
fans.
I wonder how many fans are necessary for full life support. And I wonder what these are for, the Mario pipes. Is this maybe...
We see little wispy steam stuff
Yeah,
coming from the
wispy.
Mario pipes. Maybe
That's
those are heat that comes out from
Maybe.
the bottom down.
So they're venting heat into the silo? I guess that could be some kind of heating.
But it's like steamy. It's not just heat. Like you gotta have hot air that's dry, like in a desert. This is like specifically steamy.
Maybe they're controlling the humidity. These are the humidity
Blast.
blasters, and then these are the air
Movers.
circulators, movers.
Sure.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that sounds very plausible. And then what about these? These look like just lights.
Yeah, cosmetic. Like it's pretty down there.
Yeah. Interesting. And that's about it. These other additional pipes, they don't even seem necessary because they've all got holes in them.
Right.
Here's another angle. So dirty. So dirty. What the heck? If this much dirt has accumulated on the ground, I hope that much dirt hasn't fallen into this and
But the blades look real clean, so they must be cleaning the blades.
might be cleaning the blades, yeah.
Curious.
Very interesting. Lots of questions about that.
People would follow. So this is a scene where Bernard and Sims lead Juliet down to the janitor's closet, and it's suspicious.
We made a deal.
So they're walking from the center.
People can see that. It's in the center of the silo.
What is this?
Just the silo's top 3 people. the mayor / IT, the judicial bulldog, and then the sheriff. Like, just the top 3 people walking down this random ass hallway. Like,
Yeah.
did they evacuate the area, or like somebody was be like, that's weird.
Right.
Like, why the 3 heavy hitters? Like, why are they going that way?
And the heavy hitters have current drama between them. So if you have 3 heavy hitters plus drama, people are like, "What's going on over there? Where are they going?"
Yeah. Yeah, and like they say that the silo has the friends of the silo, like the citizens that just spy. Like, those people should see it. Like, their job is to spy.
Right, they're even doing a job they were commanded to do by Sims and Bernard, and they happen to see it. They're like, I better take note of that.
Imagine that meeting on Monday morning. Like, Sims, we saw you walking into this alley. Like,
He's like, unsee it.
unsee it. Do you even know what I do?
Do you know who I am?
Like, no, I saw you do something.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are we doing here?
This pipe, right?
Yeah.
We get all kinds of wear marks.
And it would be all like, like oily, dirty, a little greasy from your fingers, and it'd be like, why is this pipe super clean? Except there's one spot that slides.
That's right. Yeah, so we're not even talking about people necessarily following them into the janitor's closet, just people looking, being curious, and then all of a sudden you're in the janitor's closet, the super secret place with the super secret surveillance.
That's right. Imagine a kid seeing it and be like, huh, 3 important people went in there. Then later in life, they like get to peek in there. Like, they spent 6 hours in that tiny room. That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. And then they ask a janitor, like, hey, just what's going on in there? I'm like, I don't know.
7 minutes in heaven.
7 minutes in heaven.
Yeah, this is like the teenage game where like you put 2 people in the closet and they like make out for 7 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Also, it's where all the
I just meant it was the going, that still.
I think Juliet might be a
Woo!
So, mines as punishment. This has some social implications for the silo. Let's watch.
I'd be more concerned about what happens to you. You will not be sent out to clean. You will go to the mines. 10 years. You'll see no lights in the mines. But maybe 10 years of hauling iron ore will set you straight.
So the mines is critical, what I would consider critical, important work being done, taking iron ore out of the mines and then sending it to refinement. This is being done by a prisoner class with like maybe abusive guards in the dark. What kind of dark culture have they set up in the silo here? Damn.
That's right. This is an important job, and it shouldn't be for just like just prison offenders, for violent offenders to the judiciary. It also suggests that if they're ever out of ore and there's nobody that's done anything bad, you need to find some people that have done bad things. You need to just make problems for people.
Right. So if you need this constant delivery of ore, and you can't pay people, you don't have a class for that. You have to use prisoners. This could cause all kinds of problems.
There's rot in the silo.
Yeah, interesting. And we've never seen a mine. We've never seen an ore refinery.
That's right.
Infrastructure that's elsewhere in the silo we haven't seen.
And I mean, where would a mine be? Is it straight down? It can't be straight down because underneath is the drill. Is the drill with the water. So it needs to be off to the side somewhere. But we see later on in the episode that there are other silos, or at least other silo-looking structures. So unless each silo has this like perfectly weaving path, like there's some probability that they run into each other.
That's right. So either the other silos are not populated, and so that's why they haven't seen anybody, or it's just coincidence. They just happened to not dig in the right direction. But eventually, they must.
So Juliet's in the prison cell up on the top floor, right next to the walking outside, and her buddy Shirley brings her a snack, and Juliet hides in the corner to avoid the camera. Let's watch.
They smell great. She said you should take the whole box. Yeah. I'm okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's seeing her friend for the last time.
Probably.
Yeah. So she sees the camera / air sensor.
Says I
She turns her back and hides in the corner. Reasonable. Okay, so if the camera could see her, imagine what that looks like to the people in the janitor's closet. The like prisoner gets a snack and like runs to the corner, hides it in the shadows. like she's got some problems.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought about this, and let's look at there. So here is the shot of the camera, and it's like a little bit off the wall, but facing directly towards Juliet, and Juliet's standing at the cell doors. When she walks away from the cell, we see the camera a little bit off from the wall and facing to the left here, but also there's a wall a little bit in the way of that camera. So if we put this together, this is my estimate. So at the most favorable option where there's a fisheye lens, and so that's like 180 degrees, anything to the right on the right picture, anything to the right of that green line, invisible to the camera. On the left side, anything to the left of that blue line, invisible to the camera, because the camera is just pointing right next to the wall. So if we put this together and project it across the room, the blue outside is not seen by the camera, but that's okay. It's outside in the open anyway. The red zone is the danger zone, was where if you're standing, the camera sees you. And this huge section for a prison cell is where you can totally fit. The green section is totally fit in here and not be seen. So like, janitors, what are you doing? Point the camera towards the middle of the room.
That's right. I wonder if it swivels at all. So they just needed to send a janitor up to swivel it.
Soup, sure.
And they never did. Lazy. It's a good point, because this is a jail cell. So it's important that they be monitored.
Right.
And to have this blind zone here where nefarious things could get done, it's unacceptable for the janitor's closet.
Even if it is an air quality monitor, it also just makes sense to point the air quality monitor towards the middle of the room. You have a higher cross section of interaction with the air molecules.
That's right. Yeah,
that's right. And I could say that we could argue that the prisoners typically don't know that these things are cameras, and so they wouldn't be looking at it or to avoid it. But we could also say that the janitor's closet knows that they are. So point the camera towards the room.
That's right. Yeah. So they've got this halvesy outside, halvesy inside with big blind spots. Not a great camera. Very interesting. Janitor's closet, are they good? Sims, are you doing a good job?
Yeah. Okay, so in an interrogation scene, Juliet slips up that there's a big metal door that George Wilkins found, and by the expression on George's face, I don't know if he knew about it.
So why don't you just tell people that it's okay to go outside? And how about the door, the massive door made out of steel at the bottom of the silo that George found? Why don't you tell people about that?
The founders left us with many mysteries.
So to me, his facial expression made it seem like Bernard hadn't heard about this door. He was contemplating whether to say something and then decided to just say many mysteries. So maybe in season 2, we'll find out. Did Bernard not know about the door? He'll send somebody to investigate. He knows about the door and is surprised that Juliet knows. Interesting.
Yeah, hard to say.
Hard to say. There's a lot of avenues for cool stories here.
Speaking of cool stories, I would like to know, why do the occupants of the silo care if someone on the outside actually cleans? Like, just why?
Yeah, let's listen to their reaction when Juliet doesn't clean. Why? Okay. Suspenseful not cleaning.
What a tease.
Tease, yeah.
Lets you know that she has the cloth.
It's gonna do it.
I ain't gonna do it. The hell?
The hell? She didn't clean. What the hell?
But why? Like, why is it so bad that she doesn't clean?
I get it as this sort of this exciting. There's a new thing going on in the silo. A lot of drama. But what difference does it make?
Yeah, like, I don't get it. Why do they care?
Everyone reacted like it had some important implications.
Right.
But I don't know what they are. Do you know what they are?
Why is it shocking if someone cleans or doesn't clean?
I don't know.
Like, and they say everyone's cleaned in the past, but Like, what does it mean to them culturally if someone doesn't clean?
So I guess if everybody's cleaned in the past, it would be shocking to see somebody not clean.
Okay, but where's the emotional investment? Why not just like a whoa,
Whoa, yeah.
or like a hmm?
The reaction was more like, oh, it means something.
She did something bad.
Yeah. So what is it?
Yeah,
We don't understand.
I get it.
I don't understand. If
get it.
anybody knows, let us know.
Explain to us the lore.
Yeah. Okay, so last thing, let's talk about the heat tape.
Heat tape.
So we have a heat tape convo between Martha and her old friend from Supply about the heat tape. Let's listen.
Carla, Martha. So, how are things in Supply?
What? Wait, this have to do with Nichols? Is this about that heat tape?
It is.
You know that stun of hers brought Judicial down, and that head of IT asshole, the one who became mayor. Why do they care so much? Your tape is way better than theirs.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't make any sense unless it does.
So Martha has a side hustle making heat tape that is superior to the heat tape from regular Supply. That's weird.
So can we first describe what is heat tape?
I actually don't know what heat tape is. I imagine it's tape to help conduct heat through the tape.
I think so.
To thermally connect one thing to another.
I think so.
Okay.
So it's like tape. So I guess it's aluminized that allows energy to transfer from a hot thing to a cold thing. I think that's what heat tape means.
Sounds like what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds like Walker's heat tape is superior to that of IT, but IT says like, no, this is the heat tape we want. Okay.
But later in the episode, well, let's watch. They don't call it heat tape. They call it sensor wool. So sensor wool. Sensor wool. What? Okay. There they are packing it up. Pretty good supplies here.
Yeah. They packed 4 rolls to wrap up her 2 wrists.
Yeah. And then they're using it to wrap the wrists.
Right where her jacket would meet her gloves. Right. So that suggests to me not a heat thing, because like you're transferring heat from her wrist to the air. It looks like they're using it as like a sealant, like how back in the day old astronauts would have their gloves and their suits taped up to stop the airflow. So is it heat tape or is it just pressure sealant tape? And why sensor?
All right, so it's confusing. It's called heat tape by people. It's being used as a sealant tape, and it's called sensor wool. Confusing. Let's continue. Go for a walk.
Yeah, so they're like...
Let's actually go back. Let's take a look. So they're using a sealant tape, but does that look like a good seal to you?
Definitely not. There's gaps in there. If there's a difference in atmosphere inside the suit versus outside the suit, this tape ain't stopping it.
That's right.
So then why?
Yeah.
Like what do these people that are applying the tape think they're doing?
It looks like they think they're sealing the suit.
But then not doing it well.
They're not doing it well. So do these people that are doing the sealing, do they know that it's a sensor? So they're just like, whatever. I don't care if it's sealed or not. I don't know.
See, this person presses it down a bit better.
It's a little bit of a better seal. I see a gap here.
Yeah.
It probably needs to be applied properly for a good seal, not just
smooth, continuous wrap.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now Juliet's outside. She brings her arm to the rock.
The rock is a fake.
Weird.
She looks at her hand and is starting to wonder, what is this tape? How did she determine that the tape was the important thing to look at?
I think it's because Walker sent the message that people in Supply are good.
Okay.
And so Supply supplied her whole outfit. So I don't know. I don't know how she knew to look at the tape.
Because if you were wearing a suit and you thought, oh, there's a sensor in my suit, you'd think it's in the suit.
Yeah, in the backpack or something.
You wouldn't suspect the sealant tape, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Why would you? Yeah.
So she hones in.
Yeah, she's got the engineer intuition.
That's right. Looking good.
Everything's beautiful.
Beautiful. Green.
Yeah, I'd live here.
Double fake out.
Double fake out. The outside world actually is shitty. It's as shitty as we tell them.
Yeah. So, why did the hologram disappear? What do we think?
So my hunch is that the far outside the radius of the silo, the hologram doesn't display it. It's just actually what it is. I don't understand why they would show cleaners a nice world outside anyway. You certainly could have people go outside to clean and be like, oh, the world is really awful. I should clean the glass so people know how awful it is.
Right.
I don't know why they would do that. So I think the reason they have sensors is to control that distance. So that way, Watson?
Who are we talking about?
Sheriff
Holston.
Sheriff Holston and Allison, his wife, they get to a certain distance and they collapse. Mm-hmm. So I think what those sensors do tells you a proximity, and then after that proximity, they release some poison gas in your suit or whatever. And so because Allison had the fake tape, the non-IT tape, the Walker tape, they didn't trigger the sensors for the poison gas to go. That's my hunch. Why? But still, the bigger question is, why have a fake out at all? Why display to the people that are already outside the silo? Mm-hmm. Why make them think it's nice outside?
Yeah, very interesting, because it's actually apocalyptic outside.
Yeah.
Then you have a hologram that makes it look nice outside, which you display to the people going to clean. And then you alter the feed from the camera to make the fake look real again.
Why?
And so the cleaners clean because they want to tell everybody that it's green outside. But then they know that the camera's a fake anyway.
That's right. Because in order for them to have got there, they would have had to have said that the cameras in the cafeterias, the screens are fake. So then whatever they see on the outside, if it's green, then they wouldn't trust the camera. Why would you clean if you knew that the people down there were going to get dirty image, or not dirty? You get the ugly world images anyway.
Right.
And at that point, just let people see the ugly world.
All right, let people see the ugly world, because that's
I
what
made a
see.
mistake. I went outside to go. I thought it was fine outside. It turns out it's not. I'm seeing the real world out here. I want everyone else to see that it's bad out here, so they don't try it too. It's a weird, weird double fake. I don't get it.
I don't understand. Although we do see Bernard, he's like, she knows, and he runs back to IT to do something, and then we don't really get a conclusion to that. Maybe there'll be a better explanation in season 2, but this double fake out doesn't seem to make much sense right now.
Right. And holography is a computationally expensive process, because they need to have the right image being sent to her eyes regardless of where she's positioned, which means this is a very complicated IT process. I mean, but why? Just let her see the actual world.
Right, because then if the servers start to degrade, you don't have to tax them with this heavy computation.
Yeah. Weird. I don't get it.
I don't get a double fake. I don't get it. So let's take a look at the real world. Here we go. So first thing, we were looking for Holston and Allison's bodies. We don't think we see them. So we'll just look in this area next to the tree behind Juliet, and we don't see any bodies. No bodies, no bodies, no bodies. I don't see them. Don't see anything. So they're not there. Then we definitely see, so this is the silo, represents the silo that she just left. Mm-hmm. These are other silos, right? Mm-hmm. That were created prior to the apocalypse. Mm-hmm. I mean, that could be potentially all around them, maybe 50 of these silos.
Oh, wait, more. Yeah, a bunch of silos.
Yeah, I mean, and this is one location. There could be many around the globe.
Mm.
So we're talking about the mining before. This is the amount of mine they would have to traverse to get to a nearby silo.
If they went to the closest one, imagine if they went in a straight line in any one direction, how long can you go before you run into one of these silos?
Right. Even if it looks like this is the least optimal, least close, it's still not a big distance.
Heck, you can go even farther. Go the longest distance.
Okay, kind of weave. Let's go weave right through there.
I mean, you have to make left turns, right turns to avoid the other silos.
Right. As eventually, and they're digging too, probably.
Yeah.
So somebody's going to run into somebody at some point.
Very reasonable.
Yeah. So if we look down here, I don't see bodies. It's really low resolution at this point. Can't really see. But shouldn't there be other bodies dotted around? Because there have been multiple people who've gone to walk, and I don't see any bodies.
Which made me think that either Bernard has a team that comes out here and polices the bodies, which now you have like some heavy secrets going on. Like you really wanted it to be like when someone goes out, they're done.
They're done, yeah.
It's that, or maybe they're still alive and there's like a raiding party that comes by and picks up people. Maybe Allison will come back and attack with like her squadron of Mad Max people.
That's right. It actually might make sense. Anybody who goes out to clean, then that squadron of Mad Max people, they come and pick up all the cleaning people from all of the different silos. They could actually get quite a powerful force out here. Assuming they have a supply of water and food, which we may learn about. That's
maybe
season 2. Whew, so many silos. Where do you think this is? What city? This is, I guess, possible to tell. It's the future. This is desert now, but it might not have been desert when the apocalypse happened. So this is hard to determine.
I mean, the only locational information we have is that they're at some latitude high enough to see Cassiopeia, and that they have a book about Georgia. But that book could have been, like, I could have a book about Georgia and live in California.
That's right. So if it is Georgia, this is probably Atlanta.
Yeah, maybe.
But it doesn't necessarily have to be.
It doesn't, yeah. And as you said, like, that area is luscious now, but who knows what happened on the planet.
That's right. And that's how the season ends.
Interesting that these silos are not
hexagonal close packed.
Hexagonal close pack.
Because there's look at this. These 4 are quite close together. There's a big gap right here. Gap right here. These are quite close together.
Right. Real hodgepodgey stuff.
Why? You know, maybe it has to do with the geology beneath.
You can like avoid bedrock.
Yeah, they avoid certain rocks or like try to dig. Yeah, maybe. It's still weird. It's
very plausible.
And then what's going on over here? This looks like a mess.
A little cluster. Maybe those silos have found out of each other and they grouped up.
As a team. Yeah. So this is an isolated silo. They don't even have alliances with these guys. Right for the taken.
That would be interesting. And so maybe that's what happened in the past when the packed people were like, we're going to keep our silo to ourselves because other silos mixed. They got diseases that went through, lots of political problems. People were slaughtered. And so then this silo was like, when we make a pact, we're going to stay inside by ourselves.
Which actually, the door in the down deep may be the door to adjacent silos.
Whoa.
So that was closed by the pact so that those civil wars between the silos wouldn't happen.
We may have blown this story open.
Blown it open.
Calling it right here.
That's right. Still, why the double fake out? We don't know. But we're blowing this story wide open.
Yeah, but that aspect, blew it open. This other part,